Hello everyone, this is Leon Vanguard of Vanguard Smithing, and today we're going to show you how to add flares to your pieces. Okay, so today we're talking about flares. Now, why would you want to add a flare to a piece? There's a few different reasons. One of them is it adds a little bit of nice texture, little extra look, and makes it look a little more complete. And it's also technique-wise much easier. So this is what it looks like when your piece has a flare. Got this nice little upturned rim right here and here. So when you put your arm in this, instead of digging into your hand, that rim, that you're actually rubbing against this lip, making it much more comfortable and much more good to wear. And also, if you look at this, I like the way these nice lips actually add to the texture of the piece. So on this piece, which is going to be a smooth crest Vambrace, the exact same design just without the lines down the middle, we're going to be adding that there today. Now you can be adding your flares with a myriad of tools. One of them is this. Just to be some mild steel. You see this lip right here. But when you use steel on other steel or aluminum pieces, you will add these slight tool marks over time. So I prefer using something more like this. You can make this at home very easily. It's a wooden dowel. It's better to use hardwood. This is just pine, but it works just fine because I'm not really adding much force to it. So you can use this. It's just a piece of pine that's been sanded down to get this nice fat ridge here. You can also use this. For all of you looking into getting to blacksmithing, get a nice solid stump. I'm not sure what kind of wood this was, but I've had it for 9 years. You can see I've used it for drilling holes. I have these pitches here. You want this in your shop. You want a nice solid chunk of wood. And in this case, what I'm going to use it for this video, see these lines here? I more or less hammered them down to be more compressed wood. And this is also nice solid lip to hammer on later today. So let's first show you how to use the pine handled one. So for right now, we're going to be using the rounded off hammer and our pine stake. We're going to lean it over about 1 centimeter, and we're not striking down right here. We're striking at an angle to bring the metal to here. So lean over about 1 centimeter. Wait for your nice seat. Look how easily that pulls away. Got that design going there. Don't worry about making it perfect yet. Just make sure you get a nice straight line. And this is the hard part. Doing the corner turns, okay? Now when doing a turn, you gotta constantly adjust where you are. And little tiny taps. Little tiny taps. But look at that. Just a nice steady control. Got that nice curve going. Now we're going to follow through this part. Now when you're in this heavy curve here, it's going to fight you a little bit more. Make sure you stay steady. Make sure you can skip around. And constantly push and adjust. Okay, and now we're going to look at how we do it on the stump. The exact same way, and since we have a longer line here, we can go back through and make this look really nice. We can make it look really nice over there on the stake, but over here, we can make it look even better because we have this nice long line. And so now that I have my line set up, look at this. Nice light taps. Nice light controlled taps. Really beautiful really straight lines. Come on to this side, do the same thing. Take that long line and just make it nice and even all the way through. Now, more and more as I do it, I love having the flare come up into these areas too. So I'll show you how to do that over here again. So, since they're so short, you want to find an area on the stump. For me, it's right here. I have this little notch cut in there, so I can lean into it. And we are going to do the exact same thing we did earlier. Taking your piece, leaning over a centimeter, and just rolling carefully. That centimeter long edge. Look at that, beautiful. Go to the other side, just because we can. You don't want to strike hard. You want to, especially your first passes, you want to be nice and light. You want to convince the metal to move. Once you have, and you know your lines are good, then you can lean into it a little bit. So look at that. We have this nice little look now. Now we're going to go into the very long turns here. Starting at the top. Rolling gently through. And as you're leaning, try to keep the pressure on the area you're making contact with the surface. Come on this side. Again. Find the right perfect angle. Okay, so I can lean right here. Got that centimeter long divide. Roll the material through. Tad bit more. Let's do this a tad bit more. And look at that. Turning out very nice. Now we need to go over to the anvil. Now check this out. This is just a random bar that I welded a cross corner on and made it so we can stick it in the anvil here. Just like that. But you can use any bar in the shop. Hook it to a vise. You can use your bars on tools. Anything that's hard enough and sturdy enough to lean on and really get into. Because now that we have our plate shaped, we're now going to finish the shaping process by doing slow, controlled, careful leans. We're not looking to bend this really quickly or in one go. We're looking just to give it a nice, slow spring. And you'll notice as you're doing this that all those careful curves you set up earlier might get distorted. But since you've told the metal where to move, where to work, when you go back to fix that later, it already knows where it wants to go, and it's already weak enough that it'll listen to you. So to avoid damaging the piece, I'm going to use a plastic hammer. Just tapping it right on here. This last turn along the wrist is a little bit tricky to do by hand, so we're going to use a hammer. Just to get that final bend around the wrist. Hold the piece at an angle. Bring the piece down. And around. Now that we have it nice and set, we can lean into it. The slower you shape this, the more symmetrical it looks. The more you change positions as you're shaping it, more consistent. So now we have it right about where I want it before the leather. Here. And here. Looking good. And actually, I did it very carefully, so none of our edges distorted. We get a nice, beautiful look. And we go to put our leather on later. We'll be rubbing on this all the time, this inner line Nice, soft, thick, and smooth, versus on this edge, which is more likely to mar and cut up both your arm and the leather material. So, hope you all enjoyed that today. If you'd like to support the channel, please check the link in the description. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I'm trying to get better on these videos every day, so let me know how the videos are turning out as well. And hope you all enjoy.